Hey, welcome back to Leafy Life. I'm Susie and this channel is my space to share my love of houseplants.
In this house, I am tending to leafy life, reaching green and bending toward the light. Leafy life, this is my leafy life.
The first part of this video was recorded back in the middle of March and we're now into the beginning of May, so it will all make sense as the video progresses. So today you can join me for some planting of some seeds of carnivorous plants. I feel like spring is really here, even though we're having some lousy weather. Not lousy weather, it's just rain and wind, which actually I love, but yeah, some colder, damper weather. But I feel like spring has sprung. I mean, just the amount of birdsong and just kind of like the feel in the air, and there is a lot of growth outside. There are lots of flowers blooming. Anyway, I've been busy around the house doing lots of cleaning, tidying, decluttering, and yeah, I've been doing some painting. As you can see behind me, I now have a green wall there and there, and I'm in the middle of doing another one behind me there. So yeah, today I'm having a homely day to myself to get on with loads of things, and I just felt like getting on with some planting of seeds. So I'm just going to go gather the kit and get set up for that shortly. But first I am actually just going to I'm going to roller this wall because then it can be drying while I get on with the planting, and then I can do another coat later. So yeah, that's today things. That's the first coat done. Oh, I love it so much. It looks so great. And with this big block of white furniture against it as well. I love the contrast of white and green. That's why I don't normally paint a whole room one colour. So I like to have like kind of alternate walls or a feature wall. So in this room I've done that little one, and then over in the kitchen I've done another little bit. It just kind of breaks up the colour and makes it, for me, more enjoyable than having the colour everywhere. I wish these walls were white. They're actually a cream. That's just the standard colour that developers tend to do for new builds. Yeah, I definitely prefer white to cream walls, but I don't feel like doing that at the moment. So maybe in the future, but yeah, it's still a lovely bright kind of fresh green and pale walls. So I'm going to leave that to dry, have a cup of tea and get into this seed kit. So here is my Grow It kit. This one is made by Gift Republic, but there's a lot of choice out there if you're looking to grow your own carnivorous plants from seed. For example, there's the Little Shop of Horrors who supply to a lot of garden centres with their carnivorous plants, and they do some really cool kits which I would love to try sometime as well. But yeah, there's loads out there. This one was being stocked in Coombe Garden Centre for a while. I know they then did swap and do some other kits. So yeah, there's a lot of choice. This one was kindly given to me by Laura at Coombe Garden Centre. I'll pop up her Instagram planty name up there. So that was a really kind gift, and I've been really wanting to get into this. I've saved it for a rainy day, and I'm keen to get started. So I'm going to unpack it for you to see, talk you through what it contains. So yeah, let's show you what's in there. So let's look on the back. So rather excitingly, there are actually two different types of plants here. We've got one packet of Venus flytrap seeds and one packet of pitcher plant seeds. So that's really nice to have the variety. From the picture on the front, you might just think it's the flytrap. So that's really cool. And then from the picture, you can see what we've got included as well. We've got all the pots. So 5 starter growing pots made from coconut husks. We've got 5 of the natural coconut husk compost discs. So those are the ones that you expand in water. And then you've got some wooden plant markers and a little instruction booklet. I wish that I had read this before before today, because I didn't realise that I need to soak the seeds in water and then seal them in a thin polythene bag and place in a cool place, like the fridge, for 3 to 6 weeks. I am so glad that I am not doing this with a child who would then be very disappointed and upset. So I'm glad I am discovering this on your behalf. So if you have a kit like this and you're giving it to a child or you're doing it as a fun activity with a child, just think ahead about whether you need to prepare anything and know what the time frames are before you kind of like get the child excited and on board about it. I know that if I was doing this with my son and I had suddenly discovered this element, it would be probably the cue for a bit of a meltdown, and yeah, just big disappointment for me as well. So I'm going to do this first step of soaking the seeds in the water, and I guess then I'll come back to film the rest in a few weeks. So the soaking of the little discs as well, I'm not going to do that now because obviously it's going to be a while and they'll just dry out anyway. So I will put all of these back in the box for now, and I'll get the seeds opened. I don't know how many seeds are in each packet, but I know they are very small, and so I don't want to lose any. I'm just going to take the top off and see if I can see down inside how tiny they are and whether I can tip them out. Oh yeah. Okay, so they're kind of about the size of a poppy seed, but not quite as round. Maybe half the size. Oh, actually, yeah, they are teeny tiny. Let's see how many there are. I guess there's about 10 or more. A couple more in there. I think I'll just rip that open in a minute to get the last one out. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 12 there, plus another 1 or 2 inside the packet. So there we go. You can see they're quite pointed. They're kind of like a traditional seed shape. So yeah, it says soak them in water and then put them in a polythene bag. So obviously they're very tiny. I'm just wondering what to do. I don't want them to get washed away. Okay, I've got these 2 little sauce pots filled with water. I'm just gonna pop those in. They want to stick to me. Oh, come on, off you go. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get these ones out without losing them across the kitchen. So that one, those are the flytrap seeds. So I'll just rip that off, and that can go in the bag in the fridge with it when I've got that in there. Sorry for all this coughing. I've had a horrible throaty bug. Okay, so the pitcher plant ones, the Sarracenia. You can tell I've been painting. I wonder if these will look any different. Oh yeah, totally different. They're a completely different colour. They're kind of beigey golden. I'm just going to change the camera angle to show you this a bit easier. There we go. So you can see they are beigey golden and much bigger and a bit more angular, but still pointed. And they can't just ping out everywhere, especially if you're doing it with small people. There we go. Okay, let's have a little count. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So it says to soak them in water. It doesn't say how long to soak them in water for. It would be interesting to compare this kit with other kits and see how they vary in terms of like the advice and the tips and just this kind of specific info, and whether they say on the outside of the box to soak them first, because it's that kind of thing that I feel like it would be nice if that was printed on the outside of the box, so that you know what you're getting into. I did some hair dye recently, and it was only once I read inside the box where it said about how much you might need for your length of hair or your colour of hair. And if I'd have known that when I first was buying it, I would have got 2 boxes straight away, that kind of thing. But that's just me having a gentle rant about it. So yeah. So I'm going to leave this to soak. They're not submerging because they're so light. They're just sitting on the surface of the water. And when I try and prod them underneath, they're just sticking to my fingertips. So I'm just going to leave them for a while I do another coat of paint on the wall. And have a cup of tea and probably eat something. So I'll come back to these in a while. Maybe I'll give them an hour and see what they're looking like, see if they've swollen up or whether they've changed at all, and then I'll get them into the fridge. But yeah, the rest of this video about me planting them up is obviously going to be in a little while. Okay, these seeds have been sitting here for a couple of hours now. No discernible changes, but that's fine. I'm going to drain off the water, and I've got some kitchen roll here. It's very, very lightly dampened. I don't know that they should be sitting in like really wet conditions in the fridge, but this is just merely the tiniest bit of dampness on these kitchen roll. Mainly I'm putting it in there because they're such tiny seeds. I just want them to be on something kind of soft and white so I can find them easily. As these gripped to my fingertips so easily earlier, I'm just using that to my advantage and dabbing them out with my fingertip. They really don't want to get off me, do they? I'm going to tip away a bit of the water. Got them all. So there they all are. I'm going to label this bag, sandwich bag. Yeah, still got 9. I'm going to write that on there so that in a few weeks' time, when I'm wondering if I've got them all, I'll know whether I have lost any or not. That's that one done. Put these in the fridge and check on them in 3 weeks. It does say 3 to 6 weeks, which is obviously quite a big variation in times, but I think we'll probably go with 3 or 4 weeks and then get them out and plant them. So buy seeds for now. Chocolate. I have recently completely deep cleaned this fridge, so now I don't feel so bad showing anyone inside it. Yeah, so I've just put them in this little compartment up here, which was easy to clear out a little bit. So they're out of the way, so they're not going to get banged into or squashed or lost. So yeah, there they are. So now that those are in a nice cool place and all settled in, I'm going to set a calendar reminder because with me, with timings and awareness, it'll either be I'm checking on it every day going, how long has it been? How long has it been? Or I'll accidentally leave it for months and months. So yeah, gonna set a reminder so that in a month I take them out and pot them up. Hello again. So time has passed. It has been about 7 weeks rather than the 3 to 6 weeks, but I don't think that will have harmed the seeds. The calendar reminder did work. It went off, but then I snoozed it. So it has since been on my to-do list, but it still helped because it gave me that sense of enough time having passed. So today is the day for getting on with sowing these tiny little seeds. These coir discs just need to soak in water for a few seconds. They don't take long to absorb the water. They're going to be perfect for just helping the seeds to germinate and create that moist environment, but they won't actually be nutritious long term for the seedlings. When the seedlings are mature enough, they will need to be transplanted into a little pot of their own with a richer substrate. For the Venus flytraps, this will be when they have about 3 to 4 true leaves, and for the pitcher plants, it's just when they're large enough that you can safely move them. But for now, I'm dividing up all the seeds between these 5 pots, and each one will have at least 3 seeds in it. Carnivorous plants usually live in quite boggy surroundings and they do not like to dry out at all. I have learned the hard way to not let them dry out and to just keep them really, really moist. More than damp, actually quite wet. So yeah, that's something to just be aware of to help your plants thrive and to just keep going. They kind of get past the point of no return quite quickly, so you just want to keep them somewhere that you will pay attention to them regularly and not forget about them. I put mine up on a high shelf once, and that's how I learned that they don't like to dry out because I just hadn't really noticed and couldn't see the soil. So I now have all of mine together in one place, somewhere that I see every day right by the dining table windowsill. These pots will need to be kept somewhere with very high humidity, so I'm going to be putting mine in a clear plastic lidded box on the windowsill until the seedlings have emerged, and then I can take the lid off. For watering, you can use distilled water or rainwater, which is what I use. Just make sure that you avoid tap water long term, as it can eventually kill off the plants. Germination can take between 20 to 40 days, so I'm guessing around a month until I see some signs of life, and I will keep you posted as soon as I spot anything green popping out, and we'll see what the success rate will be. I don't know, but I am looking forward to hopefully having some very cute tiny little carnivorous plants soon to add to my collection and continue the war on pests. And to finish on, here are some of my existing carnivorous plants for you to look at, and do keep an eye out and you'll spot some various pests that they've all been munching on in their own ways. I wanted to save this spider from falling into the traps. He was very small though and hard to pick up, so I just ended up having to nudge him down out of the way so he was safe. thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you liked it. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share and follow and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye.